Alright, in this video, show you how to fix, when you have that oh shit moment where you're new to picking locks and you want to gut one and you don't use the follow right or didn't have one or whatever, and you end up exploding all your top pins and springs out. It's easy to fix. First thing you need to do is you're going to want to get some kind of follower. You can use like a lot of markers will work, or this is a 1/2 inch dowel rod with a notch with use a Dremel cut a notch in it. This works really well for American brand, like Slade, Quickset, the Quickset knockoffs like Defy and whatnot that you'll see. Mortise locks, this will generally fit 1/2 inch dowel rod, which is cheap, it's easy, you don't have actual followers. And so then you need to identify your driver pins and your key pins. Yeah, this is a slag lock. This is a Quickset, but if you had a slag or a mortise lock, your key pins are all going to be pointed on one end. Okay, if it's a Quickset brand lock, the key pins are going to actually be rounded on one end. And on either brand, your top pins are either going to be, there's just a security pin here, it's a spool, or they're going to be flat on both sides like this. Okay, and they're normally going to be uniform lengths. Slade recommends that different length driver pins for different length key pins. So does Yale. If you do want to put different pins, different lengths, you can Google the charts and micrometer or whatever and measure them. It doesn't really matter that much. The lock will still work if they're not exactly right. As long as the key pins are in the right position. And so then what you're going to do here is once you get your driver pins separated out from your key pins, just put the driver pins over here. And this block looks like it's had 3 spools in it. And if you're real new to lock picking, you probably aren't going to have 3 spools. Okay, so there's our 5 driver pins. And then to do this here, put your follower in. You can put it all the way back to the 5th hole. And having tweezers helps. Not necessarily, you can just use your fingers and a flathead screwdriver. And you're going to basically just drop your spring in. And I'm sorry, just off camera here and get it. Okay, I got my follower sideways so I can have the spring in it. Slide it back to the last hole, which is going to be the 5th hole on this particular lock. Okay, so now the last one here, you can see this. You can actually see this one in the camera. So take your spring, get it lined up over the hole. You can just move the plug follower around until it falls in. And you're going to take your top pin. And if you have a spool that's got different, like a fat or skinny end, a lot of times they're going to be uniform. This one has a fat end and a small end. Fat end goes into the Bible. On the standard pins, doesn't matter, they're the same. Doesn't matter much on the spool either, to tell you the truth. Then you just put it in, and you push it down, and slide your follower forward. Okay, now your top pins are reloaded. Now your key pins, now if you don't have a key, of course it doesn't matter, load them up how you want, so you pick it. If you do have a key, the way you can tell where the key pins are going to go is you take a look at your key. Okay, look at the second cut on the key. If you can see right here, the second cut is the shallowest cut. So I'm looking for the smallest pin, which is going to be this pin right here, smallest one. Drop that in pin 2, and you put your key in. See that it's flush, you know you did it right. Now the next shallowest cut is going to be cut number 1, which is right here. So looking for the next shortest pin, which will be, looks like this one. And you check it again here, make sure that it's flush. Now the third cut is going to be the deepest cut. So looking for the longest pin, which looks like this one. And that's going to be flush, okay. And then on the next one here, so this is going to be the deepest cut left. That's the shallowest cut. So we know that's going to be this one and this one, but I'll just do it wrong here so you can see. So say I took one that's too long and stuck it in the wrong hole. Okay, it sticks up, so we know that's not going to work, so we know that's the wrong one. And then if you put the one that's too short in the wrong hole, you'll see that it's down, it's still not flush, so it's not, you can tell it's wrong. So they're all lined up correctly. Get them all in the right holes there. they are all flush and with the key in. And then to put it back in your lock, very, very important that you make sure that if you do have a slit in your follower, that it is not lined up like this, because all your top pins will fall back out. So make sure it's lined up like so. And you just take them. Also, there's a slit on some of the plugs have a slit too. You want to make sure that that is also not lined up at the top, because again, you'll lose the top pin in there, and you'll twist a spring, and you can get it stuck and just rip it out. So you can turn it a hair, and you're just going to keep contact with the follower, push all the way through, and then it's all back together. And then another crucial step, before you pull the key out, put your thumb on it to hold the plug in, otherwise it's going to fly out again. Put your clip back on, and your screw up is now fixed. And that's all for now. And if you have any questions, put them in the comments. I do monitor the channel, and I'm going to respond to whatever you have any issues or questions, or just want to tell me how bad the video is or whatever. Just let me know. Thank you. Talk to y'all later.